on?
We on?
We're on.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Harp Effect with Marcia and Yo Reno on what was a beautiful day, and it's still beautiful, but I had to go get a little wrap because it's getting a little windy down here in the desert.
I like it.
So, what does a change of season bring on? Don't you sometimes think about, I should maybe clean out the garage or my house or even my closet.
That's a good start.
Well, we have found you just the person. And this is Kelly Navarro. And Kelly has a company, and it's called Custom Organizing Solutions. Oh, yes. It's a
You're hired.
That was a setup, I want you to know. Custom Organizing Solutions. Wow. I'm going to lock all the doors after I get her inside and not let her go, because she has wonderful stories to tell. And can you imagine just having the ability? I'm pretty good because I'm a Virgo. So it's but small spaces, I bet if you could take and expand our room, it wouldn't look quite so full. But I love my
Stuff.
tchotchkes. I have to have my tchotchkes. Anyway, here's Kelly, and we're going to tell you more about her, and we're going to let her tell you and how you can find her and all those things. Anyway, Kelly.
Yes.
Where were you born?
I was born in Northern California in Sacramento. I've been down here for 25 and a half years now.
That counts.
Yeah.
That counts. Well, so she's a California girl.
I am.
And,
native.
And so...
Kelly.
Kelly. that would be me.
And so, if I was I don't know that much about her whole business other than that she's booked a lot. And so that tells me that she's very good. And so how does one get started in custom organizing? When you walk into someone's home, you don't know the people, you don't know their...
You're right. You're right. Well, I would say in general, it's organic to my personality. And my mind kind of works like a game of Tetris or a puzzle. So you're right. Everybody has a different size home, different shape home, different things. So to look at the circumstance, it kind of just starts adding up like a puzzle being put together. And that's how I even constructed my logo. I do everything with my heart, so all it is really a font, and then it has I don't have my shirt on today, but anyway, it's a heart with puzzle pieces, and kind of one is getting ready to be put into making the shape of a heart, because I do everything with my heart. I care about people. I love serving and helping others. And organizing is like a puzzle. How would that be? Like this. So one little piece is getting ready to come together. And so I just organize like a puzzle, putting a puzzle together.
I find that fascinating because I choreograph and things and dance and all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same kind of thing, but I never thought of it as that. Is this that you're putting a puzzle together because one step has to flow into the next,
Yes.
and then into...
Correct.
Whoa!
Maybe she can be an assistant choreographer.
Has to be a flow.
Yeah, and that's very interesting.
It's kind of my own art. Sure.
Yeah.
Her own art. Well, I would think of it as that because as much as I may appear that I'm not real organized, I'm not. But I am fairly organized. A Virgo. Mm-hmm. You can look at my drawers.
You're structured, though.
And
Sure.
except for the ones he's gotten a hold of. There will be everything. But they'll have little piles.
Did she throw you under the bus?
Virgos have little piles. Like if you went to somebody's home,
that's
and
very
there'd be
common.
this little pile and that little pile, because until they are organized, some people can just throw them in a drawer. And
But you're quick at it. It's not like the piles stay there forever.
well, true. That's true. That's very true. But I can't put. In fact, at what you saw when I said, "Oh, I was just picking up those," I could have taken them and tossed them in the closet or no way. I would be sitting here thinking about where
it'd be nagging in the back of your head. It would. That is, I had to write a little post today for my Instagram page, and that is a word I use. It's a nagging feeling when something is out of place, or you have a lot of just clutter, whatever. I mean, it can be simply something as out of place as right here, let alone something big.
Right.
Like a room that has a lot of stuff. But it is a nagging feeling.
It's like that disarrangement in your head. Every time you walk by, it's like, ugh, and then you go and do something else. But once it's cleared by Kelly,
clear the clutter.
Clear the
yes,
clutter.
I help you clear the clutter. That is true.
There's so many C's there.
And so you have you lived in the desert all of the years that you've been down here? I mean, in
Correct.
Southern California.
I lived in Palm Desert in India. Correct. Yeah, I've just between both
Me
places.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Actually, and
How many years you been doing your business?
Okay, so I've been here 25. I've had an array of jobs. Typically, most of them have been office jobs, and that have kind of comprised the collectiveness of what I bring to the table. So I've been in business now. I just crossed over into my 5th year this past September.
whoa, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
And
So this keeps me going. I am booked and I am steady. I mean, in the valley here, we have the snowbirds. They come and they go, and so there's a little ebb and flow of clientele, but mostly steady.
So how did you get started? I mean, did you wake up one day and say, hey, I want to be a declutterer?
I know. Huh? Yeah. No, because I never knew that it was even an actual career.
Ah.
And very interestingly enough, so my business was birthed in 2020. COVID had happened. The world stopped. Everything changed, and we were all at home at that point.
That's when we did our first show. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
go ahead.
out of the ashes I've arisen. So I didn't want to stay at home and just collect a paycheck. For what was going on in the world.
Right.
And so I have she's going to be 15 next week, but I have a daughter, and she had to stay home from school, and
She has a very cool daughter. Oh, man,
Hi,
I was
Grace.
amazed. Hi, Grace.
Should have brought her.
she's in school. She's
Yeah.
still, well, she might be just getting out right now.
Right,
but
right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Which school does she go to?
She goes to La Quinta High School.
Oh,
She's a
good
freshman. Yeah.
Oh,
So. We got the high school years now.
Oh my, yes.
Yes. Well, let's see. Where was I?
So 2020.
2020. Oh yeah. So everything changed, and a big change in my life was that my family separated. So going through a divorce, and my longest job was actually being a stay-at-home mom and running a household. It takes organization to run a household. You got growing kids. I actually have 2 kids. Grace is 15, and I have a son that's 25. So
You can't have a son 25.
2 different worlds, and but they grow out of clothes. You got to overturn the clothes, whatever, and then we had a business that ran out of the home, so I applied my office skills to that and just helped run the house. So that was another skill to apply. But
Right.
anyway, so I didn't know what I could do to. The reality is, what can I exchange as a service for a paycheck? Whoa! Sprinklers
great.
came on. Okay, we're not going to get wet, are we?
No.
Hope not.
Oh, did we tell you get to swim while
Oh
you're
yeah,
here?
huh? You get a little spray down. Ooh, yeah, don't get the camera wet. All right, we're here still. Careful.
Did it get wet?
Well, little.
The tripod did.
Kinda,
Can you still see us?
We're still here. Only me, but we got to get Marcia in there. There she is.
Sorry,
Reno,
guys.
we might all have to squish together.
Yeah. We'll get it. We'll make it work.
Oh, there's a little. Yeah, the mic is right here.
Okay, we're good. The sprinklers
Okay.
came on.
You okay now?
Yeah, this is called show business. That's show business.
You can scoot up a little bit, babe. You look short.
Come up. What?
Bring your chair up towards just straight in. A little more. A little more.
Keep going.
There we go.
There we go.
There
You
you go.
did that on purpose because now I'm right.
Are you getting wet?
The wind is blowing little
The wind
sprinkles.
The wind is
Picking
blowing. The sprinkler is on.
The sky is blue.
I know.
The sky is a beautiful blue, and the palm trees are just looking like they were painted out there.
Yes. I do like the palm trees in the desert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are gorgeous.
they are.
So,
Okay, so where were we?
the kids. And
Okay, and
Yeah.
how you started,
home,
and you
home stuff and business, in-home business. Yeah,
Yes.
something.
Okay, so I was wondering what I could do as an exchange of services for a paycheck, and I kind of had been thinking sporadically. I kind of felt like I didn't really want to work for someone else. You know, I mean, I had done that most all my life, and so I was scrolling through. I don't know if it was Facebook or Instagram, and in one of my news feeds, I don't know if it was understanding my thoughts, but it said, it literally, there was kind of like an ad that came up that said, I bet you didn't know professional organizing was a real career. And I went, wow, no, I didn't. I'm like,
Divine intervention.
You know,
Wow.
so I literally had already been contemplating and actually praying about, you know, what to do. And so I clicked on it and I checked it out, and it was a 12-week course that I enrolled myself in. So 6 of the 12 were to learn more of the organizing technique, and the other 6 was how to run the organizing business. Yeah, so it went by really quick, and I was just energetic and excited. I just felt like that was my niche because, like I said, it's organic to me, and it just started clicking. I just felt like doors were opening for this to happen.
That's exciting.
Wow. So
You found out like your why and your purpose all in one.
yeah, definitely. And then I had to think of the name, and I know that the name of my company is long, but
no, I like it.
You know, I really do customize what I do to create a solution to help whoever is before me.
And that to me it totally made sense because we had coffee a couple weeks ago, and you're explaining the whole thing. It totally made sense because, like you said, every job's different, every house is different, every personality's different. You're kind of like a human. You got to be like a human behavioralist at the same time.
Kind of. I do. You know, I term it kind of a ministry. I very much. It's a personal job. You know, everyone's home is personal. Is your personal space.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody has different attachments, and some are ready to let go and purge and declutter, and they're just on it and ready, and some are. They have to think about it a little longer, you know, and that's okay.
Are you looking for a bug, babe, or you were?
Am I what?
You were looking down at the ground. I don't know. I thought you were looking for something. I'm sorry. I didn't want it to bite you.
She's thinking.
Because we have ants sometimes, so I didn't know if she saw a red ant. She's been bit before. So
Well, that's what happened to me the other day. I had ants in my bedroom, and I was sleeping with the enemy. I got bit in my own bed by some ants.
Oh.
So I gutted my whole room, and I wanted an organizer. I'm like, come on, you can do it. I had some attachments to things, and
To the ants?
no, to things in my room. No, I wanted them out. So far, I haven't been bit for a couple weeks now.
Oh,
So,
good. Well, the ones that get me just scratch, and I just
Yeah.
itch and itch and itch. Yeah.
It kind of burns.
Well,
yeah.
You had a question?
Well,
Go ahead.
it's the fact that you had to declutter your own place, so it kind of created a little bit of empathy for your clients, even probably a little more, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, this is interesting. Just this week I had a new client, and my name's Kelly, and I spell it with an I. I've had to spell my name my whole life because there's different ways to spell Kelly.
I do too.
Yeah, and I always ask, like, how do you spell your name? Because I know that I have to spell my name. So this gal, Kelly, she contacted me to do her garage. And it is garage season, everybody, because the weather's nice.
You go.
When it's between June and September, I don't do garages
Little hot.
because I don't do well in 115, 120 degree weather. So
Just scraping you up off the concrete.
pretty much. So, but anyway, so Kelly wanted me to do her garage. Well, she spells her name the same as me, interestingly enough. She's recently divorced, which I am also, and our kids are 10 years apart, but she has 2 girls and I have a boy and a girl. So that was kind of interesting.
That's fun.
Okay.
How great you can. And does she live here in the desert?
She does.
Oh, so there's even building friendships this way.
I do. I go out. I just had coffee with a client friend before I came here. And I go to events with some of them. I mean, clients become friends. It's a very personal job.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're your friends.
You're my friend. We hang out and do things together.
When you go in,
Well, we have hung out and done things
Yeah,
together.
we
Hello. That's how you know.
Right?
Yes, that's how you know me and my daughter. And actually, I've met you before a long time ago, and I'm trying to remember where, and it was very brief. But I met you with Reno.
Yeah, it's probably one of the events.
maybe
Yeah.
at one of the
The
rallies.
event.
You said you
The
met her
event.
at the rallies.
Event. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I was going to ask her, like, sometimes I will walk into somebody's home, and even if I think it's lovely and all, I just keep thinking, oh, how did they live with all this stuff? And I have my share of stuff, but I try to keep it space, choreograph it well.
Sure.
And
I don't see your stuff as clutter though. I mean, I like
You
how
have your stuff on display.
Yeah,
Is that
she
what it
places
is? Yeah.
She places it well.
yeah. And so it's like, thank you. But I try. But like I said, if we had like one more room, I could really.
You could really pack it
but
in.
how-
That's where you might end up calling me after a while.
No,
You should see our garage.
I haven't.
That's one of my
added-
big sellers.
I haven't added anything to it. It's traveled with me from. Well, I started in Ohio, and then San Francisco, New York, then San Francisco,
Okay.
and then here. So, but I haven't really, since I came down from San Francisco, I haven't So, how do you restrain yourself from saying, you got to get rid of that cabinet?
I can say that I have compassion, empathy, and sympathy for people. Because I've gone through things myself that, so that gal Kelly she gave me a couple hugs. She was extremely excited that her space, almost instantly you feel better just having some stuff tucked away or purged, or in which we can get into a little bit of the process of what it takes to declutter. But, okay, I'm losing my thought. What were you just saying?
Like, how do you tell somebody you need to get rid of that cupboard?
I had asked her how she's doing. She said she's doing good, just in the process of working together. And I asked her how she felt about everything, and she said good. She said, you're nice. Some people, I guess she's worked with another organizer before, but they were really kind of more harsh with her about trying to purge and let go of things.
No,
and I
right.
wasn't like that, and she appreciated that.
Well, right.
Yeah,
because-
I do try to move people along, but I meet people where they're at. You know what I mean? So I'm
That's
not
I like
insensitive.
that.
I'm not insensitive to people and how they might be caught up and snagged on their emotion of something. You know what I mean? If they're not ready, they're not ready.
But I like what you just said. You meet people where they're at.
I do.
And that you find that out
It's
by just
huge.
asking questions,
Mhm.
and then you find that puzzle that's missing, and you plug it in.
Correct.
Wow.
You didn't realize I understood that, right?
This is very therapeutic today.
Well, yes. Well, yeah, and then there are probably homes that you just go, oh, wow, what a joy it is to fix, to rearrange.
Yes. I mean, there's all different levels. These eyes have seen a lot. I'm in people's home. I'm in their drawers. I'm in their cupboards, and it's funny what you see. But no judgment, honestly, because
right.
because
No
if somebody wants a pantry makeover and they want to make it look all fancy and pretty, of course that's a funner job. But in a way, I kind of like the jobs that I have to get in the junk drawer and figure out where every little thing goes. And you have to deplete the whole entire drawer, and it takes, 45 minutes to do that. It doesn't seem like it because it's a little drawer, but what do you do with every little doohickey that's in there?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
And,
yes.
a junk drawer is
Oh.
a collective of things, right? So
Yeah.
if you have many of those collective, a collective of drawers or bins or whatever you might have, that's where it gets lengthy in the process, is to
Yeah.
figure out where all that
Where
stuff
is it
goes.
gonna
And I bet
go?
you have a couple of those drawers. So even though you have, nice knickknacks out and you have a display of stuff, it's really kind of getting to the underlyingness of not really the issues, but what do you have? What's the thing behind the thing?
Yeah, right.
Is it difficult to figure out your time, or have you done it long enough to know that I can give you a pretty good ballpark figure what it's going to take me?
Yeah, that is a challenge
Okay.
almost every time. So what I'm comfortable doing is I offer a light service agreement. I don't come in with a binding contract, but I do a consultation. I find that pictures are deceiving. So when I'm on a discovery call, someone called me, they want to inquire about my services. I'm listening to what they are, what they want to do, what their needs are, what their project is. I literally have to go and see. I can't go by their description because their sense of organizing is different than mine, which is why they kind of called me. But so to estimate, lots of times, let me take for example, you have a bin this big. Let's say it's a bin of photos.
Wow.
You could say, okay, I'm not ready to do the photo project. Let's just maybe put a label on it, identify that it's photos, and move it off to the side. Well, let's get another bin. We have another bin to go through, just the same as a junk drawer theory. You want to deplete that whole entire bin and make it empty, but where does all of that go? That takes more time. So I can't go in and go empty every box, get into every nook and cranny of the cupboards and the closets.
Right.
So there's a lot of unknown factors. So I just come in and say, okay, I think I can come in between, let's say, 4 and 8 hours of time. I might, depending on how it goes, I could either come in a little bit under 4 hours, or I could come in a little bit over 8 hours, based on the kind of the scenario of how quickly move through what you have, and lots of times, I'm going to back up. Let me see. Okay, so there's purging. Purging is the first thing. So even though I organize, purging is the first thing because you're not going to organize things you're not going to keep. So you have to know what you're getting rid of. So in the purge process, you have categories. So I have 2 6-foot folding tables. Lots of times I either need a surface where I take my tables, and let's say it's a pantry. I'll take things off the shelf, put it on the counter. If it's a pantry, you might want to see what's expired. But I don't make the decisions. I do have to work with my clients side by side. I won't throw away a doohickey because maybe that was something that you've been looking for a long time, and it needs to be glued on something in your bedroom. I don't even know. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Maybe you're a business owner and you need to save all your receipts. I won't throw away a receipt. I really am very, very careful about not throwing stuff away because I think it's something to throw away doesn't mean that that's the case. So anyway, so you're the one that makes the decisions on what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep in the purge process. So meanwhile, you have obviously stuff you want to keep. Then you have let's say you want to donate it. You have a favorite donation center, but let's say you want to it needs to be thrown away. And then maybe let's say it needs to be relocated in another part of the house. Or maybe you want to put it aside because you want to try to, maybe let's say, sell it on Facebook Marketplace, or you have a friend or family member that you want to pass it on to.
So there's like almost 6, 7 different categories.
There's purge categories.
Which makes sense. That actually would make the process easier because most people don't think, oh, throw away, donate, give to a family member. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that. I was like, throw it away.
Sure.
But the purging part makes sense.
So then you whittle it down to what you're going to keep, and then before I leave in a session, we've relocated stuff in another house, and that was what I was going to mention is maybe that's something or other that you're going to relocate. You go to put it in a closet, but that closet's full, or that shelf is full, so you kind of have to go over and organize that a little bit to get the new thing in,
Sure.
or so those are kind of hard. It's hard to estimate. Full circle back to the estimating process,
Because I remember when I used to lay carpet, we're moving all the furniture and all that to get out to lay the carpet, and we would find so much stuff and people that had lost it. One dude, he lost his gun, and we found
in the carpet
under the bed. It was
Okay.
under the bed.
Okay.
Yeah, another lady lost a gold necklace, really nice one. And she wasn't home when we left, but we just sat it somewhere where she would find it. I think I hung it in the bathroom, and we got this really nice note. Oh, thank you. Da, 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 da. But it's amazing what you find when you're moving stuff around.
Well, actually, as you were saying that the system a bit, I remember a friend of mine up in the Bay Area when I was moving from up there down here. She said, there's like categories. Throw away what you don't need, give away what you don't want yourself is still good. And she said there were like there were 5 categories, and they were kind of like what you were talking about. You purge, you throw away, you give away, and to figure out what you want to keep.
Mhm.
And it really helped because you pick up something like this and go, where can that go? You know, I don't really need it. I don't know if I want it. You know, but I'm not going to throw that away. Like I can't give to like a Goodwill or, you know, a rescue center something that has even a little hole in it.
Sure.
I can't do that.
Sure.
I also can't throw it away.
You know, we got to make some decisions there, don't we? Yeah. That's a hard one.
That's where
Yeah.
Kelly
So
comes
usually
in.
that's where we talk. It's easier to organize with somebody, and quite honestly, even if you don't pay an organizer, a little tip for you, it's funner to do it with somebody else, and you can run situations by somebody. You know, that if you have a hard time making a decision, you know, and put some music on, go at it for however long you're, you know, an hour or two, 5, 6 hours, whatever your goals are. You know what I mean? And
It better be a
I
good
try to
friend.
make it fun, and I check in with them and see how they're doing. And you know, some people are more emotional, some are just purge masters, and they're just ready to get rid of stuff. And
Well, I think it's
everyone's
like
different.
somebody had to kick them in the butt to get it started. And it's like sometimes I'll go in the garage and start organizing. I don't need that. I don't need that. And then it starts motivating me to get rid of more. And then I look at the wall and like, that looks pretty good now.
Yeah. I have a funny story about that. I have a client that, well, when I first met her, she was a potential client at the moment, but, you know, we talk about how long people want to do it. You know, organizing in the course of a day, it's not like an 8-hour-a-day job. It's kind of hard, and it depends on where people are at. You know, I do the heavy lifting. You know, I don't really make you do the heavy lifting of bringing the bins out or, you know, gutting a closet. I'm on my hands and knees. I have a very labor-intensive job trying to bring stuff to my clients. You basically sit at the table and make the decisions and point the finger of which pile it goes in. You know, that's your job. But anyway, so we were talking about the amount of time she wanted to dedicate to each day, and she thought she was only good for about 4 hours, and it turns out she ended up going for 8 hours
In one day?
in one day. Yes,
Wow.
it's a long story, but it was an out-of-town job, and I was already there, so she's like, just stay. And I mean, that's why I was there. So it didn't matter to me if it was 4 or 8 hours in that day, but I just thought it was funny that was her first thought, kind of more what you're saying, is that, you know, she was like, I'm only going to be good for 4 hours, and she got motivated in the process, and then it went by quicker than we thought.
Was this the one out of state?
That was not. That one was down in the Escondido area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Kelly does go out of state.
I have gone out of state to organize.
So,
Make it worth their while.
so if people wanted to reach you, Kelly, and hire you, or at least consult with you, we have put up your
The ad, the flyer.
the ad in the ad. I don't know if you saw it. It went up yesterday.
I got her approval.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so your phone number's on there. They can
Correct.
call you. So you can go to my Facebook page and get customized custom organizing solutions.
I'm there.
Do you know what I love about it? Is each time I say it, it has just this customized for you. Not for them over there or them, for you. Somebody comes in and helps you, because there are times when I think I'm pretty good at it, but it's like you said, it's better when somebody's with you, because they go, do you really need that? You know, well, probably not. Do you want it? and so do go to the Marsha Hart page and Facebook page and find Kelly, because I think it's fabulous, and I'm getting excited that I'm going to go purge something. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna take her to the
See
closet.
if anybody's been
I'm
calling.
gonna take her to our not the garage. That's where I'm gonna go.
And if there's anything else, like, I always try to get our guests to like say, now what did you really want the world to know about your work and you?
So do you want me to say who's watching, or you want to answer that question?
Let her answer that question.
Oh, I'm not even in the picture.
Okay, all right.
I'm
just
just
hold
kidding.
it.
I'm
Okay,
just
let's
kidding.
see.
We'll wait
no,
for you.
No, look. See who's
Look,
yeah.
look.
Who's calling?
Who's calling? We got Frankie Mamoni.
Frankie Mamoni. Oh, I was after
She's
the
for
show.
hire, Frankie.
Frankie, custom organizer
Custom organizing
solutions.
solutions.
And I'm going to call you after the show. I have just miss you. Frankie
Jane.
is
Okay, so I
Frankie
see
is the
there's a little
producer. Wait a minute, of the
corner.
Sunday afternoon cabaret series up at the Arthur Newman Theater at
Okay.
the Jocelyn Center.
Mhm.
I'm his co-producer.
Fun.
And tomorrow is John Spinks, everybody. You know he's everybody's favorite. So 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the Jocelyn Center, Arthur Newman Theater, John Spinks.
We
Exciting.
have Jane. Sowell.
Sawville.
Sowell. Thank you.
Someday he's going to get, this is a high school friend of mine.
Okay. Wow.
And yes, absolutely. They
Long time
connect.
friendship.
Oh, you know, in fact, one of my high school friends has bought things from our friend Kim Galland at Kimball's in Palm Springs. Have you found Kimball's in Palm Springs?
I have not.
Oh, you have to go to Kimball's. It's a boutique. You would love it,
Okay,
and you would
yeah.
love Kim.
Okay.
And I have
It's right
a friend,
across the street from the Hyatt.
Okay.
and this is how, and people, and really, this friend of mine in Ohio, buys things from her because she, whatever. And
Networking.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have Gray Galassi. Galassi. Galassi.
Oh, Grace.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Grace. How you doing?
She says very motivating. You're very motivating.
See? Wait a minute, Grace. Wait a minute. What? How'd you spell it?
Gala.
Galise.
Galit.
You know who that is? That's my former neighbor in Mill Valley,
Oh,
Okay.
California.
Yeah.
And talk about someone who's organized. Ooh, yeah, she's pretty organized, and I miss her.
Yeah?
She's the one I would say.
So
"Should I
come
do this?"
visit.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh.
put some music on and organize something. There you go, huh?
Lynette's watching and she's organizing right now. She's purging is the hard part. Too many memories. Miss you guys.
It is hard.
Who is that?
Lynette. Lynn.
Oh. Hi, Lynn. Yes. Oh my God. Well,
Part-time neighbor.
yeah, part-time neighbor from next door. Yes, absolutely.
But she said all the things that Kelly just mentioned. Let's see. We have, Pat Clark. Pat Clark.
Pat Clark. Pat Clark. Ooh, either something's missing or you're not. So,
That's
who
an
knows?
easy name. I cannot mispronounce Pat Clark.
Okay. Hi, Pat.
Yeah.
Nice to have you on, tuned in here.
Thornburg.
Oh, Tim. Yes?
Yeah.
Now that's also a high school friend from
Okay.
Barnesville, Ohio.
Wow. That's
Not
great.
ju-
I think that's so cool when people have high school friends.
Yeah,
From
I know.
Barnesville,
Yeah,
Ohio.
yeah.
A long time
It's still
ago, too.
friends.
Oh, yeah. Who?
Marika. Sacalario. Marika. You don't know
Marika Socalera. You've talked to Marika. She's a realtor up in Marin, in the Bay Area.
Oh, there you go.
And you have been on, I beamed you up, Marika, because you've been on my mind. And I thought, okay, which one of us has a birthday? Neither. We have to just call. Okay? Oh my gosh.
And then
how
what
fun.
happens after this? People watch it later, and I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've had as many as 400 or 500 views.
Nice.
Yeah, get
Good.
comments.
So
Good
is there
exposure
anything else
for
you would
both of-
like the
all of us.
world to know about you?
I guess I didn't think about this. Let's see. I'm not good at elevator pitches, promoting my business. I'm a worker,
Well, I can tell that.
I will work efficiently to save you time and money, and anything you can do ahead of time before I ever even show up is going to save you time and money. But we just work together. I just meet my clients where they're at, and I just work them through the process of achieving their goal of whatever it is. It can be something small and it can be something big. I have clients that are repeat clients. The one I'm going to next week, I've been to her house close to 30 times. The one I had coffee today, I've been to her house in the mid 20s, but
Wow.
and what I do is I organize homes,
Lot of
offices. I do staging to set up, to clear off the clutter, to tuck
Or,
everything away
yeah.
to take pictures to list,
Right,
you know,
for your house.
Oh,
to put your house on the
okay,
market.
fellow realtors.
Real estate agents.
She can come in when you don't want are bashful to tell your client that they need to move stuff. Let her do it. Let her
Yep.
be the bad guy.
I'll come and tuck it all away and get it ready to be picture perfect.
Yeah.
I help with downsizing if you're going, you know, from a bigger home to a smaller home. I help with move coordination. I'm not a moving company, but I can help you pack up on the front end and set you up on the back end and all your drawers, cabinets, cupboards, and, you know, get your home up and running.
Sometimes that.
You know, here comes the water
Oh,
Well,
no.
here
down
comes
there,
the
though.
end.
Yeah.
Well, I think with that, we know that you should be hired by everybody who's listening and tunes
Well, you
in.
know, if everybody were organized, I'd be out of business.
Keep yourself in disarray.
Well, we thank you so much for being
pleasure.
with us today.
Awesome. Thank you
and
for inviting me.
Well, it's been a joy, and of course now the guild is sitting in. I need to go organize. I
No,
need to go.
no. You know what? I can tell that you have a sense of organization.
Oh, see, thank you.
Not just saying that.
Thank
And
you.
I really try to be encouraging in the same sense with all my clients. I can see where their organization is. You know, everyone just needs a little help with something, whether it's organizing or anything else in your life.
Sure.
You know, so
Makes sense.
And so
we need
with
each
that,
other.
may everything that has been reduced to noise in you become music again.
I love that.
And music and friendship and being organized has no distance.
No. Thank you.
Oh, we love you. Thank you for tuning in.